Okay, so I'm going to some questions here. Okay, so I guess we'll start basic. Where are you from?
I am originally from Canton, Ohio.
Okay.
Which is about an hour south of here.
Okay.
So.
And what college did you attend?
I went to Grove City College in Pennsylvania.
Oh, okay. I'm from Youngstown. So
okay, yeah. So
yes.
Not too far.
Very close. The outlets are.
Yes, the outlets.
And while at Grove City, what did you major in?
My major was communications, and I minored in biblical and religious studies. So it's a very broad overview of a lot of different directions that you can go in communication. So.
Right. Yeah. And at what point did you decide you wanted to enter a nonprofit organization?
Well, I did intern. I did an internship at the City Mission the summer before my senior year of college. So that was kind of my first view into what goes on in a nonprofit. So it was a really great summer. I worked in the development department here, so learned a lot about fundraising and special events. But really just I got to interact with all of the staff here. So really just got a good overview of how a nonprofit runs and just what it looks like to work with people in poverty. So I think that was really my first glimpse into the nonprofit realm and kind of like piqued my interest in it.
Yes.
I felt like after I went back to school, I mean, I still just didn't know, you
right.
know, my senior year, I didn't know what I wanted to do. And so after college, I just was doing more internships and working part-time, and I really didn't get back connected with the mission until, I kind of kept in touch over the years, but I didn't get hired here until just last March I got hired. So I've only been here about a year full-time.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what was your original plan with the majors that you chose?
Yeah.
No, it's okay.
No, I felt like I always thought about writing, like doing like
okay.
some sort of, you know, going into writing somehow. Yeah, I don't know. I felt like I always was just kind of trying to figure it out.
Okay.
You know?
Yeah.
I don't know.
No, that's okay. And what exactly is your job title and the description of your job title here now? And has it changed since you started?
Yes, it has changed.
Okay.
So I was hired in as the development assistant. So that's the same department that I interned in. So I was assisting with fundraising, all the preparation for our special events, reaching out to a lot of businesses in the community, trying to gain sponsorships. So that's what I came in doing. And I learned a lot just about everything.
Right.
So I did that until mid-January of this year.
Okay.
And at that point, there was just some changes going on within the organization, and our volunteer and internship coordinator, she just had a lot on her plate, and so I transitioned into being her assistant. So I am now volunteer and internship services assistant. So I'm just helping coordinate volunteers, recruit interns. So it's kind of cool to be kind of back in that realm, being an intern here. It's cool to get to work with the interns now.
Kind of come full circle.
Yeah, kind of, yeah. So there's a lot more just like people interaction and I don't know, like that. I think that's my favorite part about it, is that I get to interact with people in the community and just get to grow alongside, the interns, the volunteers.
Right. What have you learned most about a nonprofit organization that you weren't aware of before working with City Mission?
Yeah. I don't know. I think I'm just constantly reminded that, like, no matter how great an organization is, and I think we can easily look at organizations in the community and just, like, you hear all the best stuff. And
right.
I think the City Mission is a wonderful organization, but I think it just reminded me that in every organization, we're still just broken people, just trying to work together. And, we all have the same mission here,
right,
which is what makes it so great. But, yeah, I think I just learned that communication in every setting is so important. And if you have communication breakdown, it can cause, like, rifts everywhere else. And so I've just learned a lot about being patient with people. And those are more like life lessons, I guess.
Right.
But it's just a good reminder that even in the greatest organizations, like, it's still just humans,
right,
trying to work together and do what's best for the people they're serving. But yeah, I mean, it's cool because I feel like every time I'm learning something within the organization, I'm learning about life too.
Right.
You know, so it all comes together.
So kind of along the same lines, what have you learned most about yourself during your time at the city mission?
Yeah, I think I've learned a lot about pride. Just,
Okay.
I don't know, like when you're working, I mean, anytime you're working with people, you have to be able to humble yourself, you know, and
Right.
I think it's sometimes easy to get caught up in what we're doing, and I don't know, not that, I think we all can tend to think that we are really good at something, or we know so much about something, and obviously we all have gifts and talents and abilities, but I think I'm just reminded that sometimes it's okay to just learn and to listen, and to just let other people teach you, you know?
Yes.
So yeah, just learn to humble myself a lot and just be flexible and patient. There's been a lot of transitions here, so yeah, just kind of trying to go with the flow, and I don't know, just be willing to work and learn.
Okay. Now, what is coming up for the organization?
So right now we are heavily preparing for our 5K run at the Cleveland Zoo. So it's called Running with a Mission, and it is happening on June 16th. And so we partner with the Sherwin-Williams Women's Club for this event. So they're kind of like the driving force of it, and we benefit. So all of the money that's raised from this event will go to Laura's home specifically.
Okay.
So yeah, that's a big thing that we're preparing for. And then, I mean, we're preparing for our ride as well, so that's in September.
Right.
So all throughout the summer we go to lots of like bike nights, and we're just trying to promote as much as we can for that event. So yeah, those are the two big things coming up. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
That's it.
What's your favorite part about working with this organization?
I love this. I mean, the staff is really great. Again, I like when you have all these people working for the same mission. It just, I don't know, it makes coming to work a lot more fun and a lot easier. And I like getting to interact with the men and women we serve as well. I think there's just so much to learn from their stories, so it's fun to be able to interact with them and just hear their stories and learn, you know, kind of about what got them here, but also to see the way that they're transformed, you know, while they're here. Yeah, so it's fun. I like the balance. I feel like in my role I'm able to interact with a lot of different staff members, you know, with volunteers, with interns, but also with the people we serve. So that's a nice blend of all that.
And perhaps is there any difficult part with working here, or working with any of the people not in the organization, but but at the shelter? Is there anything that is difficult for you?
Yeah, I think what's hard, and I know a lot of staff would probably say the same thing, is just, I mean, you see the men and women, you know, start to make progress and to get to healthy points in their life. And I mean, a lot of them will graduate from the program and go on to live, you know, healthy, productive lives. But for as many that do that, we also have people who relapse and, you know, fall back into the ways that they, you know, originally in before they came here. So I think it's hard when you're kind of like rooting for somebody and you see that progress and that growth, and then, you know, they relapse or, you know, kind of turn back, you know, to those habits and those ways. So yeah, I think that can be hard and maybe sometimes discouraging, but it's also, that just makes the stories where, you know, they do go on to be successful even more just encouraging.
Right.
Yeah, so it's definitely, it can be a challenge. I mean, I think another part about working here, I've just learned so much about just poverty and homelessness, and just that there are so many more reasons than we even realize, like, you know, why people end up in this place. Like, I think people will so easily just say, like, why don't they just get a job? Why don't they just, you know what I mean?
Right.
But it's not that simple, you know. There's so many circumstances. So I think it's just so important to just see people, you know, and
Right.
just try to meet them where they are.
Right. So what's next for you? Are you still settling into this position, or what's your your end game? What's your ultimate?
Yeah, I definitely am still settling in. So I've been working in this department since beginning of February. So I'm learning a lot. Just trying to learn as much so I can start taking some things off of my supervisor's plate. There has been talk about them maybe splitting the position and having just a volunteer coordinator and an internship coordinator. So I'm not sure what it's going to look like yet. We're kind of just figuring out what's going to make the most sense. But I mean, my hope is to maybe just kind of be able to hone in on one of those things and really just pour into that group of people.
Okay.
I mean, long term, I don't know. I just want to keep learning and
Right.
Just try to be flexible and, you know, see where it leads.
Right. Do you guys have any requirements for volunteers, or any specific training that volunteers go through?
Yeah, so anyone who is interested in volunteering, we ask that they come to a prospective volunteer introduction.
Okay.
So it's really just basic information about the city mission, just some of like the guidelines that we have like for our volunteers, things that are important for them to know about the people we serve, and just what it would look like to volunteer. So it normally lasts just about an hour. And at that point, after they attend that, they can apply, you know, so we'll just fill out simple application online.
Okay.
And then depending on what they're interested in, you know, what area they're interested in volunteering, we love to just have people come and just have like a little visit. So if they want to volunteer in the kitchen, we'll have them come, spend a couple hours with our kitchen staff, just to kind of get a feel for what it's like.
Right.
Just so they can see if it would be a good fit.
Right.
So our ultimate goal is to try to figure out what people's gifts are, or like, you know, from what they're telling us, kind of
Right.
place them in an area that they can, you know, best be utilized. So they'll come for a visit, and then if that all goes well, we do have everyone who volunteers here, we pay for a background check to be run, just because of the sensitive cases of our, you know, the people that we serve. We
Right.
want to make sure that our volunteers that are coming in are gonna, you know, be able to handle and respect, you know, the people we serve. So then at that point, we just kind of set up a schedule, whatever's going to work best for our volunteers, and get them plugged in.
Okay. On average, how many regular basis volunteers do you have?
Yeah. On a monthly basis, we probably have, I would say probably 40, 50 volunteers.
Okay.
On a regular basis. It just depends. I mean, we have some meal groups that will do a meal every month, or, you know, every 2 months, or we also have groups that will just come and do a day project. So, yeah.
Okay.
It just depends.
Nice. Is there any question about yourself? Oh, I do have another question.
Okay.
Where do you reside now?
So I live in Cleveland Heights now.
Okay.
I just moved up here at the end of September.
Okay.
So I'm just about 15 minutes from here,
Okay.
which is nice.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, that's perfect.
Yeah.
Are there any other questions about yourself or the organization that I have not asked that you think would be important to my understanding of the city mission?
I don't know.
Okay.
I feel like you should have probably a good understanding. at this
Okay.
point.
I feel
Okay.
I feel that
You
way
feel
too.
that way?
I do feel that way.
Okay.
Okay, perfect.